Hello everybody, welcome back to MBE. Tonight I want to go over the MBE Dart LS 10 degree power adder endurance application. That is definitely a mouthful, but let's go over it. They're right here. So this is the MBE version of the Dart LS 10 degree. It has a 2300 intake valve, inch 625 exhaust. So this is set up for power adder. That's why it has the large exhaust valve in it. We have the 7-degree soft chamber in it. Okay, you can see the chamber's laid back very far to get rid of any quench. What's nice about this, you have a cylinder head that flows in the 480, 485 range. On the exhaust, it goes over 300, like we talked about in a 600 bench. All those will be higher. Nothing wrong with the 600 bench, but they will be higher on that. You can see the other things that are nice about it, like Biggs was showing. You know, you have a real rocker bar with many fasteners holding the rocker bar on. Okay, but part of the endurance application is what we do on the spring side. So you can see it has a small spring, it has a small retainer, the mini locks. This is all titanium because this will run on methanol. This is an inch 310 spring. We have 5 different versions of this that we can run. So we can run anything from 600 lift, and we have a 700 and 8, and we have, for small block applications, there's endurance springs that we can go over 900 lift and run it in an endurance application. And as we all know, lift is power as long as we can control the valve train. And this allows us to do that. So this is a spring that's designed by Joe Hornick. PSI makes the springs for him. He's a firm believer in the PSI wire, and that's why he uses them. But you have a spring right here. Typically, these springs last 2 to 3 times longer than the other, then we're not going to name names, but than the typical others that have been available for years, okay? But then you have the mini retainer, you got the small mini locks, and we have to run the smaller mini lock, a 500 gauge lock. This lock is smaller OD-wise because the spring's so small. If we didn't, then there wouldn't be any mass in the retainer because it would be taken up by the locks itself, okay? But all this is lighter. All of this has been proven for over 20 years. We've been running these mini locks and these retainers and things like this in the cup world since, I don't know, 2000. So at least 23 years that I know of. And but that's what you can do here. You can go hundreds of miles, not have to change valve springs. You got something with a power that's going to make, I don't know, whatever you want to make. You know, who knows. This set comes with the MBE hardened hat washers. So these are hardened, they'll never gall. They're harder than the nut is. So it has, all of these are pressed in, so you don't have to run a washer underneath the head nut. The intake valve is set up with a convex, meaning it goes up at a direction like this. Let me grab a valve I can show you real quickly. Sorry, Biggs. Fast forward that for me. So in a convex, what we do is from here, the rim length is what we consider from here to here is the rim length. So what we do is we go up at 1 degree like this, which you can't see because it's only 1 degree. But if you think about it, and that goes up like that, if the valve is to stretch, that means all that energy has to go down like this. If it goes down like this, in effect, the valve would have to get larger OD for it to stretch. So what it does is it makes it much stronger, but still allows us to take weight out of the valve. If we can take weight out of the valve, then the valve train's more stable, the engine runs better, the springs last longer, the lifter life goes up and everything. And that's some of the things we do here. We look at every little thing to try and improve everything. The valves are CRN coated on this. You can see the coating on the valve here. So that's chromium nitride, and because we use real copper beryllium seats, we don't use the cheaper brass material that typically just about everybody does. The valves are going to last, I don't know, 4 to 5 times longer easily. So that is the Dart LS 10 degree endurance power adder application. When I say power adder, I'm talking turbo, pro chargers, nitrous, things like that, but typically turbo and pro charger. And that's it. So thank you for joining us, and have a great night.